What's good, Ravens fans? I'm going to warn you, this might trigger you, it triggered me, and it triggered another fan about helping Lamar Jackson with some receivers. Now, I'm going to show you guys, because, again, it triggered a fan. The fan saw this and immediately got triggered. And it's a post from Sports Center. You might be thinking to yourself, oh, what could that be? I'll read it to you guys. So I don't know why. Okay, here we go. Josh Allen instantly makes a huge leap in year 3 when he gets Stephon Diggs. Oh, interesting. Jalen Hurts instantly makes a huge leap in year 3 when he gets A.J. Brown. Oh, wow. One of the best teams in the league right now. Tua instantly makes a huge leap in year 3 when he gets Tyreek Hill. Let's get Justin Fields a guy. Guys, I'm triggered here because this is one thing I've been saying for a while. I know a lot of you guys felt the same way. We're not helping out Lamar Jackson enough, and we are expecting him to be able to do everything. Okay? We want him to be the best runner on the team, the best passer on the team, the leader of the team, everything. Everything. And it is insane. It's insane, and I'm just sick and tired of it. And I know I don't like talking about all this bad news. It's been a rough week for Ravens fans. But I saw this and I was like, man, I've been saying this for so long. And I know a lot of you guys agree, so I want to talk to you about it. It's laid out here, guys. Every team has a better receiving core than we do. It's crazy. What team wins Super Bowls and you can objectively say this part of their team is the worst in the entire league, right? The worst in the entire league. Who can objectively say that? Again, you might not be great, you might be middle of the road, but you're not the worst. And again, I know it's going to be hard to get someone to come over. You have to trade for people. Again, that is the benefit of having contracts in the NFL. If you really want to make some action, you're going to have to make a trade. Because teams aren't going to come to us with Greg Roman here. And teams are going to make Lamar prove it. So when Greg Roman leaves, teams aren't just going to be like, okay, let's go. They're going to be like, okay, let's see what their offense is going to look like now without Greg Roman. So that's another 2 years, before we're going to get a prime receiver in free agency, possibly. We gotta be better. We gotta be better, and we have to go get some people. Again, let me show this on the screen. And again, this is not even mentioning, players like, Patrick Mahomes, right, who have Travis Kelce, and before Travis Kelce had Tyreek Hill, and then also have Andy Reid, who calls some of the best offensive passing schemes in league history, right? We're not even talking about them. We're not talking about players like Aaron Rodgers. What happened to Aaron Rodgers when he lost his number one receiver? The team can't win games, guys. The team can't win games because Davante Adams is somewhere else. There's no difference between that team other than Davante Adams. It's literally the only difference between that team this year and last year. It's insane. It's just absolutely insane that I see this, that you guys see this, that other people see this. Jeremy Layton sees this. He's saying, hey, Josh Allen was trash, arguably, before Stephon Diggs. He definitely wasn't no MVP candidate. Jalen Hurts was definitely no MVP candidate. People didn't know if Jalen Hurts was going to start this year. We got A.J. Brown. Everything's all good. Tua. People wanted Tua out of here. Now he's in MVP conversation. Come on, guys. We need to replace this. It says, let's get Justin Fields a guy. We need to make a meme and say, let's get Lamar a guy. Because we really need it. We need it worse than the Bears do. At least the Bears try. They got Chase Claypool from the Steelers. And again, we can't do anything with that because they're not going to give them to us. But it's just crazy. So let's see if there are any comments and what the comments say, because I love to hear from the people. You guys, the way I hear from you is you put your comments down below. I reply to all of them. But let's see what these people have to say. Say, Jaguars have already prepared for the Lawrence leap next season. Have Calvin Ridley in the cut waiting, and maybe they pick up another in the draft. I'll say this, even though the Bears have an electric runner at QB, we all know which offseason strategy they'll be going with between ours and the rest of the league. 100%. You can see ours. Ours don't work. If you try to win Super Bowls, this don't work. Now, I could be wrong this year, but with all the injuries, I don't think so. It's just a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. Okay. Now, there's some curse words here. I'm going to go past those. But the question was asked, how come we didn't trade for Calvin Ridley? Because we don't value receivers and we don't want to grab them in trades. I thought there was a lot of receivers we could have grabbed this year, but we didn't. So I'm just upset with all that. So Y.11 says, Lamar liked this post too. Oops, sorry about that. Struggle streaming. Lamar liked this post too. Give Lamar some help, dog. Please. It says, if the Bears are able to get a star receiver for their QB before the Ravens, this whole organization needs a rework from the top down. I agree with this, actually. And, you guys know I'm not for the fire John Harbaugh crowd. I'm not just yet. He wins. And I know a lot of his wins is with Lamar. But he has a Super Bowl before Lamar. And that's a fact. Now, again, what quarterback goes 11-0 in the playoffs? Only two, right? Joe Montana and Joe Flacco. Those only two that's ever happened. So you could say a lot of those things just kind of were fortuitous. For example, the Mile High Miracle, fortuitous, right? But the fact of the matter is it still happened. And so I don't want to fire John Harbaugh yet. There's just not a lot of coaches who have proven they can coach Super Bowl winning teams. And I still think he has a good connection with the people. I just think that he put his money on a horse that isn't going to come through for him. And then let's do one more. It says, Reddit user 12 says, I'll be triggered when the Bears actually do it. And then Eric DeCosta and Harbs go to the podium saying, we like our guys. You guys know I was on my hiatus, so I didn't react to that. I would have told you, I don't like them. I don't like our guys. Our guys ain't good enough. And that has been proven this year. Our guys are not good enough. Our guys are not good enough. And if we want to be a premier team that wins Super Bowls, right? You can win Super Bowls, right? Without a star receiver, if you happen to have, Tom Brady, which is the latest example that I can think of a team not having premier receivers to win a Super Bowl, or don't have an elite defense, right? So again, an elite defense, and when I say elite, I mean like historically great defense, can get it done for you, right? The Seahawks, historically great defense, can get it done. I believe the Broncos, when they won, had a really good defense, was in some historical highs as well. But if you don't have a historical great defense, you need the greatest player of all time, arguably, right? And that's the Lamar plan. That's what the Ravens are saying. Lamar, go be the greatest player of all time, and we'll win some Super Bowls. You don't need receivers. You don't need healthy running backs. You don't need healthy offensive line. You don't need any of that because you're Lamar Jackson. Your defense doesn't need to be great, even though they're much better now with Roquan Smith. Before they were not. You don't need a healthy, defensive tackles or corners. It's you, Lamar. Figure it out, buddy. That's what they're saying is unfair to Lamar. And we need to get him some help, get him a guy. And Eric DeCosta, that should be his number one mission. His number one mission should be, if I got to trade the two number ones to go get an A.J. Brown, then that's what I got to do. Because the truth of the matter is, the Eagles have a much better chance of winning it this year than we do. The Chargers do. The Bengals do. A lot of these teams do because they have the ability to come back in games, even if their quarterback is not playing at an A+ level. We don't have that ability. So, thank you guys so much. Go Ravens.